Hey, what's good everyone? Welcome back to Ice Rink Diaries, your local Iceman here. And today in part 2, we'll discuss a little more about the Pro Square. Then we'll sharpen 2 pairs of figure skates. Then in part 3, we'll sharpen some hockey skates. And in part 4, I want to address a little bit about the flat bottom design offered by Blade Master, as well as the custom radius. So without further ado, let's go ahead and sharpen some skates. Ah, so close. Alright, we're live, so here we go. I got the light off, but I got the blower on, so I don't have to breathe in any dust. So get the skate positioner, you stick it right here. You can tell there was a thinner blade in here. And one little trick that you can do as a newbie and skates really bad is you highlight it. You'll see what I mean. And it's gonna be good for just for learning purposes. So again, I've already dressed the wheel. I got to a 1/2 inch, and I make sure nothing's in the way underneath it that's gonna make it all rocky or anything. And I'm just gonna touch. I usually don't like doing this, to be honest. If I know where my positioners are set, I just do 2 passes, then I check the level. So, but if I touch it, then show you here, you see how it's a little bit lighter on the top, that it's hit the bottom more than the top, or that means I need to raise this thing lower a little bit. And the same thing too on this side. Or is it there in the back? It's a little bit more on the bottom. The wheel hit the bottom more than the top. So it means I have to lower this down. Now, if you remember before in the video that this blade wasn't level. So since this blade's not level, that's also going to affect that. So it's really nice. If this blade was level and did that, then I really can make honest adjustments. But since the blade wasn't level, this is really not, it's not really telling me very much. That's kind of why I don't really like to, touch the 2 ends. I mean, because your blade's got to be level first, Anyway, so skate sharpening, I heard, is a lot like welding. You want consistent pressure and a consistent track. So as I hit the wheel, I'll make sure it's consistent. Come right off. Now I also gotta make sure that these things are pushed in, because this wheel is as it gets smaller, it gets closer to the wheel housing here. So I'm gonna try to do a top-down view for you here. Let me just get a couple passes. Then we'll get a top-down view of that. This thing is a magnet. It does pick up metal shavings, so you gotta make sure that your skate and your blade's got no extra metal shavings. And I stick that on there, and that tells me that I need, it's high, so I need to turn it, and I need to go up a little bit. So on the skate sharpener positioner, I'm gonna unloosen this little wing nut here, or wing adjustment. Can't even call it a wing, just adjustment. And this one too is a little bit high on this side, so it's high on this side, so I need to go down. And like I said, these things right here, churn it, then you make an adjustment, but there's a little play in there, so you gotta make sure that you turn the cam inside. Every, I don't know, 5 years or so, I've rebuilt the cams inside, because they do get kind of sloppy. The thing with figure skates, not so much because of these, because they're old Reynolds, the toe picks, they don't stick out as much, but you really gotta be careful when you're sharpening a figure skate, when you enter with the wheel, that you don't hit the toe pick. And the thing too, at the end, figure skate blade, get it there in the camera. You don't want a round the back at the skate either. So these are rental skates that have been sharpened by skate guards and everyone. I mean, these things are 10 years old, so who knows who's done what on them. So this side right here is a little high, so I would need to put, if this side's high, I need to go down a little bit. Since the blade wasn't level and I'm doing a lot of talking, I think I went the other way. So that's the front, and the front looks level to me. Maybe get a closer look. It's maybe a little bit high on this side. So from here, I'll do a couple passes. I just can't, I can't hold this thing at the same time as I do. I'll figure it out though. The second skate, I'll have something set up. Because we're Zamboni drivers, we're maintenance guys, we do things, we make things happen. If you want it, we'll have it done. So, yeah, that's a little bit too high. I only did one pass. I don't know what I'm thinking. I got a little ahead of myself here. So let's do a couple more passes on this guy. And also, if you look at the sparks that come off the wheel, if they're high or low, you kind of know if your blade is level to the wheel. And if you go supposed to go really slow your last pass. I do if my first couple passes are a little bit quicker, just so I'm not grinding a whole lot off while I get the level set. As soon as I know the level set, then if you look at right there, that looks right on now. So once you get the level set, then you do a couple slower passes on the blade. I think that one decides maybe a little bit high. And these are rental skates. You sharpen. You gotta sharpen a bunch of them. Sometimes you don't pay attention to the quality as well. Customer skates you spend a little more time on. But rental skates are also important. So you want to make sure that they're all in good condition and everything. One thing I should have been doing, and I didn't talk about, is the honing stone. As you sharpen skates, metal peels off, so you run the honing stone along the blade. And I do that at least once during the sharpening. And if there's some big nicks on the blade, I'll do that before I sharpen. Then usually the cloth over there, you wipe it off with the cloth. I can check that each side of the blade feels much sharper. And if you look at the difference between the two blades, I don't know if you're going to be able to tell a little bit the difference. You can see the rust on this one. And this one right here is all nice and shiny. Yeah. And this one is all rusty and pitty. Anyway, so let's get I'm superstitious. I always do the left skate first. We are Iceman. We make things happen. Top down approach. All right. That wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. All right. This is like first person viewing shit, flying a drone. But I gotta look at the wheel, not the camera. The camera's right in front of me. The screen's facing up, so I look at the screen. Woo! These are pretty bad figure skates as far as how they've been sharpened. You can tell they're rounded here. Not much of a toe pick left on them. There you go. Move this down just a little bit more. typically once you have the first skate done, your second skate should be really close. So no metal shavings on here. So it's a little high on this side. So it's gonna need to go tilt it. It's gonna need to go down. So I'm gonna lower this little positioner. I don't know if I can get the top of the skate in there. I'll tell you, it looks pretty good. I'm gonna keep that one right there, just for sake of time here. Very good pass. Now, I didn't really discuss this little bolt here. I mean, you could. It's just this little adjustment for the lock right here. So you want it such a way. The reason why I mentioned it because this thing will stick it right in the air, and I can tighten this a little bit so it's not sticking so much in the air. So that being a rental skate, I think that's a heck of a job. Go ahead and run the honing stone across the, and it looks good to me. Now I was going to show you the left skate on this one, and then we'll get to a hockey skate. This is actually this is someone's actual figure skate, so you can tell how the, excuse me. Now I'm going to be honest, this is not a high-end figure skate. A figure skate blade, just themselves, the blade itself could cost like $800, then you have the boot. I mean, the most expensive hockey skate, I don't think you spend $800 on. So figure skaters, you can spend a lot of money, and nicer figure skates too. It's flared, kind of this way, the Phantoms. Again, see, you can see all the rust. See, we're gonna remove that. That's one bad thing about these skate sharpener, the names are slipping me right now. There's soakers, these protectors, because if you put this guy's been putting the skates on wet with these things on, and they're rusted. He should have these cotton soakers to put on. These things are really more to walk around the rink off ice, so you don't get dings in your blade. These are not really meant to store your blades. You should get cotton soakers so you don't get all these rust marks. So I won't mention who that is. Older nice gentleman. I'll point that out to him. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go turn the wheel off. I've already done a pair of skates, so I like to I personally like to dress the wheel in between, set it for a ½ inch, because I know the gentleman likes a ½ inch. The vacuum on, you're going to see a bunch of, the reason why we adjust the wheel, one reason is to get the proper hollow set, also to clean the wheel. We get molten metal that bonds to the wheel as you sharpen skates. You want to get rid of that. So I'm just going up and down, and if I changed the hollow of this and made it less hollow, it would touch the outside first then the inside. So when you go from one extreme to another one, you really gotta make sure that you dress the whole wheel, because if you pull it back, it's gonna touch the middle first and before the outside. So if you push it in, it's going to touch the outside first. Or maybe that's backwards. It's too early in the morning. I don't know. Anyway, so let's get that thing down. I don't like that thing high in the air. Don't say it, Johnny. Don't say it. So we got to be careful that. Maybe I'm going to plug the lighting to see how the light goes. A little bit better. honestly, I think the light off is better. I don't know. I mean, for the camera, that is. Real life, I like the light. So when I come off, enter it. I don't want to touch the toe pick. When I come off it, I'll make sure I come off straight. Do it with my jacket just at the side of the. And one important thing, when you drive a Zamboni and sharpen skates, you gotta keep your focus. No matter who's around you, what you're doing, you don't want to mess up with someone's skates up because you're talking on camera. So, again, this guy skates a little bit, go down. And this guy's skates are a little bit, his blades are a little bit thicker than the other bigger skates. Excuse me, so there's going to be a little bit of difference. I usually like to make at least 2 to 3 passes after I'm making an adjustment on the positioner. Sorry, I just want to stay focused between passes there. I try to do 2 to 3 passes after I make an adjustment on the positioner. That way, it gives it time to make a difference. So, still seems a little bit high over here. High on both sides. They have to edit that one out. Show you. You get a shadow there. That looks pretty level to me. Front, which I can't really show you. That's good. That's good. I like it. I like it. So I'm gonna do one more slow pass. Considering how rusty these things were. Since they were rusty, I took on really rusty skids, I'd readjust the wheel. So I guess, I mean, look at that, that's much different. I'll show you that rust and a new. Whoa, here we go. Why can't I get it straight? So I'm going to sharpen this one right here off camera, then we'll get a hockey skate and do a hockey skate. Well, thanks for tuning in to part 2 there where we sharpen some figure skates. Go ahead and check out part 3. We'll sharpen some hockey skates. And part 4 we'll touch on custom radius as well as flat bomb design. And like the local Iceman says, stay cool.